Oh, there we go. Well, hey there, y'all. I am Juliette Miranda, and you are watching Bourbon Soak Live, the best place to be on a Monday night for cocktails and conversation. I got a handsome man behind the scenes there with a deep and sexy voice.
Is there someone behind me?
David, the producer, is sitting right there.
There's someone behind me. I know I should look.
Just a little mystery sea freak.
That was my nickname in high school.
Wasn't it, though? So how's everything going, David, the producer?
It's a freaking fantastic Monday.
Well, yeah, it is.
It was a damn good day, and I'm really glad that we have the topic we do because, I'm in a really damn good mood, so I can talk about happy things today, where usually I tell them to go fuck off.
I know. I feel like I've been saying go fuck yourself quite a bit lately. More so than usual. So today's topic of conversation is shine on, as in get your fucking shine on, y'all. We're going to be talking about escapist pleasures and happy moments, everything from our favorite pop music to escapist TV shows, funny videos, all the little things that just bring a little bit of joy into our lives because, gosh, we're shiny, happy people here, aren't we?
Well, we kind of need it now because this whole, I hate even talking about COVID anymore.
You know what? I'm just cutting you
done.
off right here.
I'm
just
done.
Suck back some bourbon. We're not even talking about
I'm just saying during this difficult time.
Fuck off with that phrase. If I hear that goddamn phrase one more time, I will slit my wrists.
It's just really cool to talk about something a little bit more positive than all the bullshit that's going out there between politics, COVID, dead puppy stories in the news, whatever.
Well, I do like dead puppy stories.
I know.
Who doesn't? But tonight we are focusing on the fun. So make sure you join the chat, say hello, and bring up all your favorite conversation topics. And before we get things started, I do want to call out one stupid thing. I have injured my eye again. So if I'm a little winky or weepy, I'm not being coy or crying. I'm just suffering quietly on the inside.
She told me before we started, she's like, I'm going to have my hair before my eyes so that the light doesn't hit it.
These lights are so fucking bright. I swear to God. I'm amazed. I haven't started crying already because seriously, this is brutal.
Wah.
So what do you say we say hello to everybody who's been hanging out in the chat? Bob's Adventure gets the gold star for being here first. So cheers to you. Oh.
You'll drink to anything now.
Like I need an excuse. I see that my bourbon friends are here. I know Donner Pass Whiskey is here. Ginger and Will are here. Yay, glad to see y'all made it this week. Wes is here. Rex Gunn is here as well. Cheers to you. I did see Mad Kiwi and Jimmy C and Container Man. Oh my gosh, the gang's all here. Kurt Robbins has joined us. He is an excellent resource, y'all. If you need more information on cannabis, he's got some excellent white papers and courses on learning all sorts of cool stuff. So check him out.
Mike
Meyer. So y'all, before we get into the conversation, let's talk about what we're drinking.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. I have the Bibb and Tucker 6-year bourbon. And I got to say, if you think you know Bibb and Tucker, you got to think again because they actually have new ownership. So the Bibb and Tucker you drank a couple of years ago is different today because it is sourced, but it's sourced from a new place. And I'm kind of liking it.
Yeah, you know what? I was a little skeptical because the last Bibb and Tucker we had was just
last Bibb and Tucker we had was just
meh.
Totally boring, uninspired bourbon for a really ridiculous price, like $50, I think. So this 6-year, I think the last one was also 6 years. This has a very high corn in the mash bill, and it's followed up by I think it's 70% corn, 20-something.
26% rye.
26 rye, and then 4% malted barley.
Right.
And that high corn gives this a super sweet flavor that's kind of tempered by the extra couple of years in the barrel. It's got a bit of a Cracker Jack thing going on. It's very sort of autumn flavored. You get that sweet, a little salty. And then what David, the producer, and I were debating is what this interesting sort of back note is. I think it tastes like menthol.
I think it tastes a little bit like Cracker Jack, oddly.
There was like that herbal thing in the back.
There's the herbal thing, but when you taste it, you get the caramel, but then there's caramel and sweet to it. So I almost got like that combo.
It's a little sticky almost.
I don't have sticky things in the back of my throat. That's all right.
No, but I might. It's got just a little bit of that corn syrup sort of flavor to it. It's not unpleasant. It isn't fabulous. It's not the greatest bourbon I've ever had, but it certainly is a nice bourbon for autumn. Again, probably a little overpriced. We got this for $45. I think this is really more like a $35 bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's not terrible, and it's not, I don't know. I'm drinking it. I would say it's worth the price. Definitely. I like that it's got a little bit of age on it. If this were any younger, I think it would be completely undrinkable, quite honestly.
You're probably right.
It needs that just a little bit more oakiness to it.
I want to try the 12-year.
Yes, they do have a 12-year release out. We didn't buy that because where we saw it, it was so dramatically overpriced.
Yeah.
It was stupid. I think they had it for like $120.
Right. And this is a Tennessee whiskey.
No, thank you.
Which you said is, of course, sourced by a new company. I don't know who they sourced through.
Yes, but it is a Tennessee whiskey. However, it's done a little different because it's non-chill filtered and it's aged in a lighter charred barrel because they wanted to give this just a little bit more smoothness to it. So it doesn't have that burn, and it doesn't have that really deep sort of toasty flavor to it. It's definitely, that's why you're pulling out all these sweet corn flavors, because it's got that in it. And now that we've gotten through that, what do you say we talk a little bit about what Bourbon Soaked Live is? Or hashtag. All right, hashtag Bourbon Soaked Live is our getting to know you routine. You snap a photo watching the show, build yourself an awesome meme like our king and queen of memes, Ginger and Will, post it to Twitter using hashtag Bourbon Soaked Live, and we will feature it on the show. We've already got an entry for today. It is the fabulous Ginger drinking, what's that, a whiskey sour, Ginger, I'm guessing?
No, I think she said it earlier. I didn't catch it, damn it.
You're supposed to be on top of these things, David, the producer.
I'm a producer. I'm not a fucking magician.
Well, I'm a host.
Oh, she said that she has a Buffalo Trace.
She's drinking Buffalo Trace
but it is
in her
in a whiskey sour.
Okay. Yes.
There you go.
A lovely choice, Ginger. That's awesome.
Do you see her t-shirt or her sweatshirt? T-shirt, actually.
I do, actually.
Boy, you're such a rebel, Ginger.
Ginger's a crafty one. So if you could scroll down in the chat, David, the producer, I can't see everything that's happening.
You got it. There you go.
There we go. All right, y'all. So Ginger is saying that Willie has a black IPA from Perrin Brewery, which is local to West Michigan. You guys are getting the in on all these great local bourbons and IPAs in Michigan. I had no idea they had such a robust distillery scene. That's fantastic.
When they're not kidnapping their governor out there.
Okay, you know what? Just simmer down.
I hear they're making a good bourbon.
Shutty you. Shutty.
Well, don't you pick up a paper? I'm sorry.
I've told you a zillion times these topics are off limits. I'm gonna beat my producer.
Yeah. Sometimes I like that.
Not in the fun way. No, we're talking like heavy club kind of way. Baseball bat sort of way. Speaking of things that make us happy, y'all.
I'm telling you, there is a lot of good stuff going on right now when it comes to movies and things that have made us happy lately.
Absolutely. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to skip ahead in my show outline, and we're going to start things off with talking about some of our escapist TV shows that we've been watching, and I have a new one.
Oh, my God.
That I am just head over heels in love with.
I want to hang myself with this TV show, and don't think it's because of the content or
no, and I understand why, and we will get to that in a moment. So my new favorite TV series that's on both Shudder and on Netflix right now is called Dragula. And it's like a combination of RuPaul's Drag Race and Fear Factor. It is spectacular, y'all. So you get these fabulous drag queens. We're talking top of their game drag queens doing like gore themed drag or, explicit, slasher style. I mean, really just over the top, really like terrifying drag. And it's instead of getting eliminated or instead of getting, like kicked off the show, they
murder them.
They murder them in these like stage scenes and everything. It is so much fun. But even before that, they make them do things like drink a goblet full of spiders. In one scene, they electrocuted them, like literally. It was hysterical. I'm in love with the show.
I tried to hang in there a couple episodes with you with Dragula, and it's just so weird. I can't figure it out. I
understand why. The problem with the show is that it's about 50 minutes or so, and I would say 30 minutes of that is drama.
Right.
It's just interpersonal drama, and I can do without all that. I really just appreciate the artistry and then the floor shows that they do, and of course the crazy Fear Factor style challenges. That's what I want to see. I don't need to see them bickering amongst each other about, oh, somebody was mean to me. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, and Jimmy C says, Debbie sends David to the dentist.
Oh, Debbie. Debbie needs eye care.
Container Man says that I like the spiked ping pong paddle. I don't even know what that is. I know what a ping pong paddle is, and I guess they would or do possibly make them spiked, but that sounds painful. I don't know if I'm really into that.
Fan of them.
I think I'll take a hard pass on that, Container Man. Hey, but thanks for asking.
That sounds like fun anyway. So Ginger says that they've been watching Dragon Ball Super and Trailer Park Boys. I'm not familiar with Dragon Ball. What is this? Does it involve dragons and balls?
Is that Dragon Ball Z? Is that cartoon?
I have no idea.
I would think it would be, but I don't know. Ginger would have to tell us because I know that Ginger's a gamer.
Yes,
obviously, right?
Yes, you're probably onto something.
So
there.
I think it might be the Dragon Ball Z stuff.
Could be.
I think.
Could be.
And Trailer Park Boys, believe it or not, Juliette and I have not seen one episode yet.
I mean, we know what it is, but we've never actually sat down and watched it.
Nope. Have not even watched one episode. So we're going to have to go back and check that out.
Well, and it's so funny because we'll sit there and we'll load up Netflix and spend 20, 30 minutes scrolling through it going, all these things are crap. There's nothing to watch.
Right.
And so I landed on Dragula. I was just so disgusted. I'm like, fuck it. I don't care what I land on. I'm watching it. And that was it.
Oh, now Donner Pass Whiskey says, looking forward to the new season of The Mandalorian starting soon.
Ah, yes.
People are really digging that show. We haven't seen it yet.
Bill Burr had a cameo on it.
Did he really?
He did.
That's funny.
And if there's anything that'll get me to watch a show, it's Bill Burr.
And a whole bunch of people are agreeing with Ginger that Trailer Park Boys is good. And that she said, yes, it is anime, and it's after Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, all right.
So there you go.
I see that apparently, according to Jimmy C, I need to be stoned to watch the Trailer Park Boys.
I've heard that from people that it's an acquired taste. So you kind of have to be a little offset in your mood.
Well, then I think we fit in perfectly.
Ginger says no, but it helps.
Containerman says a new season of Discovery started last week. What is Discovery?
I don't know what Discovery is.
I don't know what that is.
Is that, you mean like something on the Discovery Channel, or there's an actual TV show called Discovery? Because I'm not aware of that one.
Is it like a Discover Our World kind of show, like the old Nova episodes?
Huh. That's interesting.
I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what you and I have been digging. Well, we've been digging this for a long time, but we went back and actually rewatched a couple of seasons of this show, and that's Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek is perhaps the best written show I have ever seen. I mean, it has the most spot-on character development I can think of. I mean, just strong writing, thoughtful writing, and the characters are always true to themselves, no matter what happens. It's brilliant.
Great show. Great comedy writing. You don't see comedy writing like this in many TV shows anymore. So it's a lot of fun to watch. Oh, okay. So Discovery is a Star Trek thing. No wonder I don't know it, because I know shit about Star Trek.
Do this on Star Trek?
That's that's Spock. That goes back like 40 years ago.
I loved Spock.
You're so old school.
I am. Although it was Captain Kirk that I had a thing for. He was just cool.
To like the Kirk.
Well, you know who's a zillion times better than Captain Kirk?
Picard?
No.
Who?
Buck Rogers.
Buck Rogers can
Buck
go suck
Rogers.
it.
We talk about things like that get your shine on, and that's a metaphor right there. Buck fucking Rogers. He was just like the ultimate space James Bond.
Downer Pass Whiskey says, David the producer, definitely start at the beginning with Trailer Park Boys. Some people don't get it. Some love it immediately. Definitely drink a lot while watching.
A lot while watching. Well,
All
we
right.
can do that.
I can do that.
That is not a problem for us.
And Jimmy C says, live long and prosper. Just don't live long and... I was going to say something.
Where were you going with that?
I totally edited myself.
You don't want to see that thought through?
No, I don't. It's just going to get me in trouble.
When has that ever stopped you?
This time.
So apparently this is before Kirk and Spock. Well,
it's a prequel
thing. In that case, it's just like,
I got nothing.
I got nothing.
Another thing we've been watching is a show, and this is going to make me sound, a little off.
Like a girl?
Yeah, a little girlish, but I love the show as much as you do, and that's Emily in Paris on Netflix.
I know, and I kind of want to hate the show.
I don't. I think it's actually written really well.
Well, I do too, and that's because it's produced by Darren Star, who did Sex and the City.
And I hated Sex and the City.
I loved it at the time, and I tried to go back and rewatch it, and I find it reprehensible now. Like I was saying with Schitt's Creek, the characters have incredible development. Sex and the City are the most one-dimensional, banal characters I can think of right now. And at the time, it was great, and it seemed like it was well-written, but now it just doesn't hold up to save its life. It's just, so whiny and so obvious.
It's a hunk of ass.
It's just like, yay, girlfriends.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's what I like to call ungood.
It's painful is what it is.
Oh, there's Donner Pass says The Expanse is a very good hard-edge sci-fi show. It's on Amazon Prime.
Huh.
You like the sci-fi stuff.
I do like sci-fi stuff on a very limited basis. It's not my favorite genre, but I will get into it every so often. I've just got to be in the right kind of mood.
Now, TV shows that make me happy, and you're going to laugh at me because it shows my age, one, and two, I just, I'll just throw it out there. The goddamn Brady Bunch.
You like the Brady Bunch?
I did as a kid, and it still makes me happy when it comes on TV.
Okay, wait. You have a Brady Bunch story. We both actually have Brady Bunch stories.
Yeah, it's not even worth going into, but
Cindy Brady tried to jump your bones.
A little. She hit on me backstage. She was
practically riding your leg.
No. When I was 23, 24, I was in a band. We were doing the show. It was a Halloween show. We were the band, and the cast from the Bradys were judging the Halloween contest, the costume contest.
Right.
And it was Cindy Brady, Greg Brady, the mom, Florence Henderson, Peter Brady, and
Cindy.
There was
no Marcia, though.
There was no Marcia. Boo. And there was no Bobby. So, and the dad was dead by then, right? So we were backstage, and she got really chummy, like really quickly. But she was drinking
wanted
too.
to.
She was drinking. She was the only one of the Bradys that was having cocktails.
She had a little bit of a problem with the booze.
Yeah. But she was fun.
Of course she was. You could have walked out of there and banged her in a coat room if you wanted to.
That would have been the story. See,
oh my
I
God,
walked away with no story.
Fucking Brady?
I know. I had no story walking out of there.
You see, I met Greg Brady at a Monkees concert, and this was when Davy Jones was still in the Monkees, and my girlfriend and I were, we didn't have any access, so we decided to wait for them by the backstage door. And we were the only two girls there. And Greg Brady, whatever his name was, I can't think of it. He came out.
Barry Williams,
and he was super nice to us. He's like, "What are you girls doing out here?" I mean, he was just waiting for his car to pick him up. We're like, "We want to meet the Monkees," and he's like, "Well, they're back doing some stuff in the other room." He's like, "I'd go get them for you, but I know they're busy." He's like, "But they should be out in a couple minutes." And he was nice and shook our hands and all that. And then he got in his car and drove away. But
yeah. So you got stood up by a monkey?
Well, I didn't get stood up by a monkey. What happened is that they brushed right past us, waved as they were getting into their limo, and drove away like we were going to hijack it.
Oh, Jesus.
Which to this day, I mean, bless his heart, Davy Jones is no longer with us, but fuck you for not giving me a hug. God damn it.
Jimmy C says, Marsha. And then I like Rex Gunn here. He says, Juliette rethinking everything about David right here with that look.
Well, yeah, and I see you're getting questioned, was it Brady Bunch or Partridge Family? And I think there's a very distinct line of person. You either like the Bradys or you like the Partridge Family.
I disagree because I like them both. I liked them both. I liked the Partridge Family for different reasons.
Yes.
I liked Danny Bonaducci's character, even though he turned out to be an asshole as an adult.
He did.
That character that he played on the TV show, I think was actually kind of, he was.
Well, he added a little bit of levity
edge
to a show that was otherwise seriously
mundane,
cheesy, and bad.
Right.
Yeah.
And and Bob's Adventure.
The Wonder Years. Oh, that's such a great show. I mean, start to finish, The Wonder Years was just perfect.
The writing actually still holds up on that.
It really does, yeah. And I think the problem with them not being able to rerun it is actually because of the music, and they couldn't get a lot of the licensing rights again for it.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
They can't rerun it because the music licenses?
Yeah, in fact.
Oh, that sucks.
It was on Netflix, or the first 2 seasons were on Netflix a few years ago for a very short period of time, and they actually put in different music because they couldn't get the rights to some of it. And I think they just gave up on the project because nobody cared.
Wow.
Which is a bummer because, the Wonder Years.
What guy at that age did not have a Winnie Cooper in his life?
Oh, exactly. That beautiful girl next door that you love and hate and, lust after every single day.
But he was stuck in the friend zone.
Stuck in the friend zone. There are 2 friend zones.
No, I did not. I was not aware of this.
There are. There's the friend zone where, they put you in the friend zone because they have no other place for you in their life. Or there's the holding pen friend zone where you put them there so you can wait them out until you can move in and sink your teeth into them. Am I the only person who did this?
See, yeah, I think you created your own category.
I thought everybody did that. You'd be with somebody who was in a relationship. You'd say, it's cool. We can just be friends. And you're friends while they're in a relationship the whole time, waiting it out until you can move in. That's the other friend zone.
Oh, and Jimmy C says, Lena Burke was mine.
Who is Lena Burke?
I don't know who Lena Burke is.
I don't know who that is.
What TV show is Lena Burke on?
Yeah, you got to give me a picture. Give me.
Wes agrees with him too. So, I don't know who Lena Burke is.
Huh. No clue who that is. You're going to have to help us out here.
Now I need to know this Lena Burke.
The problem is we've never watched that much TV, and I never did as a kid. Donner Pass says, Wonder Years was well done. MTV animated show Daria was like that, and they couldn't get the rights for the music release. Yeah, Daria was another one. I didn't watch too much of it. She was not quite my jam, a little too angsty for me, but I knew a lot of girls like her. But it was very well written.
Well, and it was one of the bigger shows on MTV too.
I still like Beavis and Butthead better.
Oh,
but
Beavis
that's
and
just
Butthead.
me.
And they're coming back, which is unfortunate.
I know, but my concern is that Beavis and Butthead just isn't going to be as good. You know, knowing that they're coming back.
Relevant.
They're not supposed to be relevant. It's like watching Cheech and Chong. I mean, are they relevant today? No, but are they funny?
No, and that's
Fuck
why
yeah.
they're not out there.
I think it's awesome. I want to see them as they were, you know, AC/DC and Winger shirt, sitting in modern day times.
Oh,
I think that'd be hysterical.
Okay, this is the reason why I don't know what he was talking about. Jimmy said she was a girl in the hood that I always hung out with. She was cute and cool, and I never got to date. Oh, okay. No wonder I didn't know who she was. Hey, can I get her number though? Lena Burke. I'm going to look her up. Is she up at, there in the Northeast by you?
What are you going to do with that number?
I'll find her, and then I'll see if I can get her on Jimmy's show.
You can find anybody.
Oh, and Wes was, he corrected me. He said, I was saying yes to Juliette, saying she was the only one who had, that she had 2 friend zones. Okay.
All right. She stands alone.
2 friend zones.
Whatever y'all say. Daria was fun. Beavis and Butthead. That's right. She was on Beavis and Butthead, and they called her Diarrhea. That's right. See, that's where she was funny. And then they did the spinoff with a whole show. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me.
And Rex Gunn says Beavis and Butthead killed Winger. Yes.
Oh, I know. It's so tragic. And it's so unfair, too. You know, I mean, Winger was one of the more underrated bands out of the 80s. Solid musicians, solid songs, but somehow they just incurred this wrath from Beavis and Butthead. And the whole world turned against him. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. And I don't blame him for being bitter about it. I know I would be.
You know, it's my view, only my personal opinion, that he went, you know, did a whole 180 because he went and
he had to reinvent himself.
He did. He produced a ballet. He wrote classical music.
He's always had that experience in his archives.
Yeah, but he put it to the forefront.
And I think that's actually an incredible way to reinvent yourself. I mean, he can't play in Winger forever. You know, and look at him now. I mean, he's being nominated for Emmys for his work with the ballet. That's incredible.
And by the way, I'm going to say it right now.
Oh, Jesus, what?
That everyone go out and take a look at the latest Winger video because
Jesus, that's right.
Because I'm in it.
That's right. Well, I had Kip Winger on my show, and it's a whole thing. But yes, David, the producer, is in a Winger video.
I am in a Winger video. I'm in the very last one he did.
And while we're on the subject, what do you say we all talk about some of our escapist easy for me to say.
Wow.
Escapist favorites in music. And I'm thinking particularly, at least for me, is pop music. I always find pop music to be just that stupid, mindless escapism that I sometimes need. 80s pop music in particular is my favorite. And we were talking about it a little bit earlier before the show started about some early pop songs. And for me, it's always been like Pet Shop Boys, Erasure, you know, almost like the synth dance stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just so, I don't know, it's cool. It's fun. You listen to it and there's nothing to it. It's completely mindless music to me.
I think the only mindless pop music that I liked were some of the boy band stuff. Like, I don't mind some of the stuff by Backstreet Boys or NSYNC, some of that stuff.
Oh, some of that is a blast.
I know guys would totally laugh at me for some of that stuff. But you know what? You go back to some of that stuff, it's not horrible.
It really isn't. And I love that the Backstreet Boys have had a little bit of a resurgence.
Yeah. A big one.
They have, yeah. And
well, they were going to go on a big tour this year, and unfortunately, that of course got canceled.
Talk about boy bands and one guy who reinvented himself, Justin fucking Timberlake.
Holy shit! Talk about a breakout, man.
Who knew he was that talented?
When he did that thing with Chris Stapleton, I almost died. It was so good.
The duet with him and Chris Stapleton that he did on the CMAs, I think it was like 4 years ago now, is so good. I felt like I was watching the Beatles. It was just life-changing. It's one of these musical moments that are just so perfect and intense. And it was a song that Justin Timberlake had written called Can't Drink You Away. And he's doing it with Chris Stapleton. And it's this great mashup of blues and rock and soul. And it was so good. So good.
That was like there's very few moments in music, at least that I've had, where I'd listen to a band or listen to a song and I felt it in my heart.
Yes.
I mean, I actually felt it like, oh my God, this music is actually exciting and something different about it. And they each did one of their songs. They did them back to back.
Right.
So there was Tennessee Whiskey from Chris Stapleton and then the Justin Timberlake song. Go out and look at the live CMA. We can't play it here, unfortunately, because we would get a strike.
With YouTube,
yeah,
so.
exactly. But go check it out. There's a whole bunch of comments here about.
I know, and Donner Pass is calling you out for just being a random arm reaching out for whiskey on.
That's not a random arm. That was very, very specific.
And Bob's Adventure is calling out the song "Safety Dance." And hell yeah, talk about the perfect 80s song. Men Without Hats and Safety Dance. And the dumbest video ever. I mean, truly. So weird little fidget dancing around in like a Renaissance fair costume.
Okay, then I'm going to ask you the question. What is the difference between, what you're considering happy songs and guilty pleasures?
Guilty pleasures, you feel a little bit of shame for listening to. It's the kind of thing that you close the window on your car to. Like I don't care if the world hears me singing Safety Dance because we all know that's a very cool song. But a guilty pleasure for me is somebody like, Britney Spears. I don't want people to know I'm singing along to Britney Spears.
See, I don't believe in guilty pleasures at all as a concept. Either you like the song or you don't. And I would sing it loud and proud in my car. I wouldn't give a shit what people thought of me.
Huh.
Totally wouldn't care.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's
we
why
got a whole bunch of things here. If you look at this.
This is why you have no problem doing Islands in the Stream karaoke with me.
I have no problem with that. I have no fear singing karaoke songs that I feel I can actually hit the notes on.
True.
Okay, so Wes says, "Come on, Feel the Noise." That's
Quiet Riot.
Quiet
Absolutely.
Riot.
That's a great song to crank up.
It is.
Like, it's just one of those cool power songs. Although, speaking of guilty pleasures, I do have problems listening to some of my old hair bands. Like, even just by myself, I'm listening to like a power ballad from Motley Crue, and I'm like, oh, I can't believe I'm listening to this. This is horrible. I'm a little ashamed.
Yeah, but are you enjoying it as my...
I don't know. Sometimes I can't get past the, oh God, why am I listening to this? Why do I like this? What's wrong with me?
Then stop listening to it.
But yes, so let's see. Ginger is saying Frank Zappa's movie album, Uncle Meat, or his Thingfish album, and Joe's Garage.
Classic.
Yeah.
See, now, I'm not familiar with the first two that you mentioned, but Joe's Garage is a classic album of his, and wow. That's some good stuff right there. And that's music that, I mean, it's highly technical. His band live was amazing.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
Just like, that's music that just goes beyond. Gus is saying that he's old, so he wanted to bang 30-year Britney.
Why wouldn't you?
Who didn't? I mean, come on. And that's different. I mean, you can want to bang the girl, but singing her songs, that's something else.
You know what? I thought some of her songs were, I mean, obviously, she's a pop star. A lot of that stuff is good. Now, that said, and maybe it's just that I'm definitely not the demographic for it. And I think we talked about this last week a little bit, but that K-pop stuff, I just don't get it.
I don't understand it to save my life.
I don't get it. I know they're just like boy bands and girl bands, but
it's not even that. I mean,
I don't think the songs are interesting.
Don't get it. There's nothing interesting about the music. I mean, it's all just so one-dimensional.
Yeah.
And everybody looks the same. I mean, they're so androgynous. There's just I can't tell the difference between any of them. Maybe I just think they should get off my fucking lawn. I don't know.
Yeah, it's about time to get off your lawn.
I have a zit right on the side of my nose, and I can feel it growing under the lights. I just thought y'all needed to know this.
You know what? That's highly sexy.
I'm falling apart here on camera, y'all. I'm trying to keep it together.
You got a wonky eye. You got zits coming in. You know what?
Fucked up eye. I got a zit. I need my bourbon. Hold, please.
I'd like to open auditions for a new host for Bourbon Soak Live.
I don't think I'm going to make it.
Feel free to send me an email at David the producer. I'm going to be sleeping on the couch.com.
I want to see you try and do what I do here on camera.
Oh, I couldn't.
It's
I
really
wouldn't.
complicated.
I wouldn't.
Rex Gunn says, I don't get K-pop, but I adore baby metal. It's hilarious. What is baby metal?
Oh,
what
you
am I
don't know
missing?
baby metal?
I don't know what baby metal is, but I need to be told.
I'm totally going to show you some baby metal.
Tell me what baby metal is.
Oh, no, it's scary.
I don't know.
Because it's these young, they're mostly, Asian women and girls. They're not even women. They're young, like teenagers to maybe early 20s. There's some of them. I saw a couple of acts that are like 3 girls or 5 girls, and they're playing death metal and they're not playing the instruments.
Oh, tell me they're
singing and doing dance moves. Oh, yeah.
No way.
Oh, yeah. And they have all this choreographed moves to these death metal songs.
Okay, this sounds fucking awesome.
Oh, it's not.
I mean, horrible, but awesome.
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
I have to check this out now.
See, now Ginger says she likes some of the BTS stuff. So that's the K-pop stuff, the BTS Army.
All right. Have at it.
I think we're boy bands. The last one that I thought had some decent songs was No Direction. And I even like some of Harry Styles, solo stuff. So I can listen to that.
And you made an interesting point the other day. Wasn't he the one who did that version of Tears for Fears on Howard Stern?
Not Tears for Fears. He did Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer.
Yes.
Ooh, that was good.
And, we were talking about how, like, with their bands, not really into it, but then you hear what a talented person they are behind some of these manufactured songs. And I feel the same way about Miley Cyrus. I had a moment when I heard her doing an a cappella version of Jolene by Dolly Parton. And I was just like, holy shit, this girl is something else. The fact that she has that sensibility beyond, swinging in on a wrecking ball, it was kind of mind blowing.
Okay, I'm going to throw out some names at you that Ginger and Wes had thrown out for some of the baby metal stuff. Mm-hmm. And by the way, hey, Lady Swan, great to see you here.
Hello, Lady Swan.
Okay, so there is Blackpink. Don't know them. And Ginger does, though. G-Dragon. And is that it? Yeah, and even Rex Gunn saying it's unexplainably awesome.
Interesting. Huh.
Baby metal is cool to see, I think, live. If I was sitting driving in my car, I don't think I'd turn it on. But watching a video on YouTube, freaking awesome.
It's so different the way we appreciate music. And it's just like you said, I'm not going to listen to it in my car. And that's always been the gauge for me as to how good a song is. Will I listen to it while driving? And if I will, then it's a good fucking song. But if it's something that I'll just like stare at on my laptop on a video on YouTube, not a good song for me.
Okay, Ginger, I'm going to test your statement there. And you said, and I'm going to put it on the screen here. I like a lot of different music. I find you can find something good in everything. All right? Go listen to some Joey Lawrence music and you tell me what's good about that hunk of shit.
What's wrong with Joey? Whoa.
Joey Lawrence. That music was ass.
It's no different than Donny Osmond. I mean, Donny Osmond's got a gig in Vegas now. He managed to make it work.
You know what, though? But some of those songs are not so bad. Especially that he did with the Osmond Brothers. Just saying.
The Osmond Brothers?
Whoa.
Who are the Osmond Brothers?
The Osmonds.
The Osmonds, yes.
Yeah, the Osmond Brothers.
He has a sister, too, if you
recall.
Well,
yeah, but then they did a duo thing after the fact. Okay. I mean, the Osmonds came first.
Yes, of course.
And then came Donnie and Marie. They had their TV show. They were a really big hit. And now they're playing Vegas and just rehashing shit they've done for the last 40 years.
What else are they going to do now? Write new songs. Nobody gives a fuck.
Oh, I think it's awesome that they can make, cash off of what.
Oh God, yeah, cash in.
They did.
Have at it.
Cash it in big time.
I would rather a band cash in on their old songs than do something like, say, Duracell commercials. I'm looking at you, John Bon Jovi.
What type of music is Joey Lawrence playing? So he was an actor in the 80s. And
oh my God, he was.
Oh, you're so bad.
Horrible. What was the movie he was in? Well, he was in a bunch of stuff. He was older in the series Blossom.
He was the brother.
He was in that. Brother. But what was the series where he was a little baby in? I can't think of it.
I don't know.
Oh my God, I can't think of it. But anyway, he was kind of like forced into the role of pop singer to try and cash in on his cuteness. And it did not work. It just did not work.
Oh my God.
It would be like Jason Bateman in the 80s trying to sing something. Like you want to like it because he's cute, but it just sucks. And deep down, it really makes you feel like a kitten being run over with a car. That's what it is.
Ginger has the best Donny Osmond story ever. She says, I told him to show me your tits at the Flamingo.
Nice. Did he?
I doubt. He's Mormon. Oh, hey, and Malta.
That doesn't mean he doesn't have tits.
Malta to Montreal nailed it. Blossom was the
I
TV
said Blossom.
show. Oh, did you? Oh, I didn't hear you.
I said Blossom. I'm talking about the show where he was a little kid on.
I'm like an octopus, putting together a fucking lawn chair back here. I got 40 different things going on. I can't listen to everything. This too? Just saying.
Produce something. But Ginger is maintaining you can find something good in any genre of music. Yeah, I think you can. Good is so subjective. It's very hard to critique it beyond, I just personally think it sucks, unless you're going to be talking about the musicality of it. And David and I have these conversations all the time when I'll pull out some deep band that I love, that I know is decent, and I'm going to call it out. Michael Nesmith, technically solid music, good guitar playing, and he hates it, just viscerally hates Michael Nesmith.
I don't hate any kind of music. I just don't prefer listening to Michael Nesmith.
That's not what you said the other night.
I think he stinks on ice.
Thank you.
Now, Lady Swan says, it's sad that some people who have no... Oh, shoot. It just ran past me. Hold on. I go back.
I see it. It's sad that some people who have no talent still make big cash just because of their name and their families getting them there.
Well, see, I look at that two different ways.
Yeah.
A little bit different, Lady Swan. It's like someone who made money in the past and still wants to make money and people still love their music and what they do. I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah, cash in. I feel like some people are just sort of born into things and there's no escaping them. So you might as well take advantage of it while you can. I mean, you got to earn a living. What's he going to do after that? Become a ditch digger, Now, here's the problem I do have. And that is like, I'll use a band maybe a lot of people out here don't know who the band Foghat is. But Foghat's a band from the 70s, right? I love Foghat.
But there are no original members but the drummer. And it's like, who the fuck knows the drummer in Foghat? That I have a bit of a problem with because he's not the one who created the songs. He didn't write any of those songs.
Right.
Zero.
Right.
He didn't sing any of them.
Right.
He just happened to play drums in a band called Foghat and now is touring as them. Well, that I have a problem with.
Let me ask you this question. And when I talked to Doc McGee, who was the manager to the band Kiss, he was telling me that he thinks it's absolutely conceivable the Kiss name will continue on with 4 entirely different guys wearing the makeup and playing the songs. I look at that as a tribute act, and that's fine if they want to have a Kiss tribute act, but don't tell me that's the original Kiss. But don't tell me that is the original Kiss. That's where I draw the line. Don't pass them off as the founding members of Kiss. Exactly. But you see this with a lot of 80s bands because half of them, they splintered off. So you have things like Jack Russell's Great White, and then you have Great White. Well, and you had 3 different versions of Rat at one time. And 3 different versions of LA Guns. It's like, guys, come on. Get your shit together. Exactly.
Oh, Lady Swan was leaning more towards the child actor like Joey Lawrence, who is trying to change careers and use his name to do so and not have the musical talent to back it up. Okay, that I totally agree with. Yeah.
Okay, so you're trying to shoehorn your way into something you've no business doing.
Yep.
That's different.
Hell yeah. And Mama Redneck's here.
Well, hello, Mama Redneck. Nice to have you joining us tonight. You're just joining us. We're talking about things that make you shine, all of our escapist pleasures and happy moments. And right now, well, we're doing a deep dive into music, because what makes you more happy than music?
I think that music, if anything, can change my mood
in
on
an
a dime.
Instant. Absolutely.
On a dime. I could be in a pretty horseshit mood and turn on a song that I love, and it's like, I mean, I'm not dancing in the aisles or anything, but at least it's just like, yeah, it turns you.
Okay, so pause everything. David and I have a game that we play at night when we're drinking out on the balcony, and we're all going to play it right now.
Usually naked.
You could be naked if you want. It's a music game. So what we do is we give each other a music challenge, and the person has to respond with a song. So I'm going to give you one of our music challenges, and everybody can answer this. What is the one song, just one song, that you will put on that can change your mood in an instant?
One song you could put on that would change your mood in an instant. I'll tell you mine.
Tell me yours.
Baby, I'm Amazed by Paul McCartney.
Aww.
That can flip me right over and just dry hump the back of my legs.
That's so vivid. How nice. I'll never be able to listen to that song the same way again.
Everyone has that one song, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or, probably a couple of them. But
well, we all have multiple ones, of course, and it changes every day. I would have to say, for me, it would be Shambhala by Three Dog Night.
Yeah, Shambhala is a great tune.
Yeah.
Mama Redneck says it's Black by Pearl Jam. That is a badass song.
Wow. Nice choice.
Oh, good deep dive from Rex Gunn. He says Carry On by Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young.
Oh, my God. I love that song. I can see how that would, yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, my God. Wes says Underworld, 2 months off. I don't know that song.
Don't know that one.
I'm going to write that one down because I'm going to go check it out.
I know Rex Gunn says he's got like 10. We all have a bazillion of them. I think it just, it's one of those things. I know when I was in, I don't know, maybe it was high school. I think it was, but the version of Life is a Highway, not the one from Cars, but the one by Tom Cochrane, I believe it is.
Tom Cochrane, the original
That was
one.
like my driving song. I'd put that on and be like, fuck yeah.
Yep. Swami says that he thinks my song is It's Raining Men.
That song is actually a lot of fun. I mean, yeah, I know
it's God, it's so not
a theme for drag shows and everything, but
right.
It's a fun song. You can't not sing along with it.
But that song has kind of become its own meme.
It has. It absolutely has. And I'm glad that it has. I'm glad that they recognize that the song is actually fucking awesome in its own little way.
Rex Gunn says, he's probably got like 10 songs.
Yeah.
I totally get that. Jimmy C says, Bob Seger Turned the Page is, because that song has such a cool build.
Seger.
You know how few songs have a build like Turn the Page?
Yeah.
That song builds incredibly well.
Yeah.
It's great.
That's very cool thing.
I hated Metallica's version of it.
That was unnecessary.
Well,
and it's not a good fit either. It's two entirely different musical sensibilities. And although I think you can, cross over like that, I don't think they were the ones to do it.
Rex Gunn says Southern Cross 2, great song by Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Sometimes Young. And then Ginger says, what is that? Ginger Dylan Francis. IDGAFOS.
I don't give a fuck
or
shit.
Is that what
maybe?
that is?
I don't know it, but it sounds like a blast.
Willie Never Gonna Give You Up by Ricky A. Oh, Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley, of course.
Never Gonna Give You Up. Come on.
That's a happy, fun song. You can't
not
like that
be
song.
happy. And you know what? We rickrolled one of the guests on the podcast.
Yeah, it was Richard Pryor's daughter.
Richard Pryor's daughter. It was Rain Pryor. It was our on hold music at the time. And we had some sort of major malfunction in the middle of the interview, and all she could hear was the on hold music for a good 5 minutes. And it was Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up, just on a loop.
And I got her on, actually,
Singing
we were
along
still
with it.
recording,
Yeah,
and she was
yeah.
singing along with
I
it.
know, it was
kind of
pretty
funny.
awesome.
Container Man says Back in Black.
Back in
That's
Black.
a solid
fucking
song
song.
to get you totally in a pumped up mood.
And he says YMCA.
See, I never was a YMCA
How
fan.
can you not like YMCA?
See, Mama Redneck says Metallica keeps me awake while I'm doing DoorDash. I totally agree to that.
Oh God, yeah, that just like keeps the blood pumping.
Dyer's Eve is totally amazing. Oh yeah, I mean Metallica's a great band. I just think that their version of Turn the Page was like, I don't know why they did it.
Yeah, I'm
was
not saying
confused by
Metallica's
it.
not a good band. I'm just saying that
Metallica's
wasn't
an
the
awesome
song
band.
for them.
Yeah.
And they really need to get their fingers out of the whiskey business because that's just something else entirely. But moving right along.
Swami says I have to say my favorite song is Anti-Nowhere League. I Hate People. I don't know that song. Well, see, Swami's a big punk guy.
Yeah.
He likes some of that, well, a lot of that
The
underground punk.
Yeah.
And I never did deep dives into punk. I
haven't either.
I was always kind of a medium level guy. I knew Black Flag, Dead Kennedys, all the CBGB stuff. But
we watched a really good, it wasn't a documentary. It was more of an adaptation of the CBGB story on, I don't know if it was Amazon Prime or something, but it had, what's his name? Was it Alan Rickman playing the part of the owner?
Oh, that's right. That was really good. That was a great.
Yeah. And
do you remember the name of it?
I can't remember the name to save my life.
We'll bring it up next week.
But it was really good.
I'll look it up.
And it had a really nice like Debbie Harry part in there. I love Debbie Harry. So.
Mama Redneck says Turn the Page by Metallica sucked. Yes. Let's see. Ginger says Willie totally rickrolled the video.
Did you see him when he was in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade?
Yeah,
Isn't
Rick
that
Ashley.
like how the rickrolled thing got started?
Totally.
Was when he like shoved a couple of kids out of the way so he could do his little thing.
No, that was actually before.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Rickroll was a thing before that.
Okay, well he rickrolled himself. It was
He
awesome.
did. Dead Kennedys is the best punk band, says Ginger. Good band.
Definitely.
Let's see. Lady Swan is talking to Mama Redneck. And check out, what is that? All
I don't know, I'm
Roy's
going
Revenge for some awesome punk.
Revenue? Does that say revenue? I can't tell.
Revenge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it says Revenge.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
My eyeball is just.
I know. You
giving up
can't
on
see
me.
all that well.
I can out of this side, just fun. This one's a little odd,
Yeah.
but what are you gonna do? Anyway, y'all, before I self-destruct on camera, what do you say we wrap this thing up? Now, next week is going to be the Halloween Spectacular. Next Monday night at 7 p.m. We're going to be talking about all things grisly, gory, scary, dirty, and awesome.
Are you coming in costume?
I haven't decided yet.
Ooh, I got a perfect one.
Do you now?
Uh-huh.
Why are you looking
ready
at me
for
like
it?
that?
No, I'm just saying. You ready for the idea?
Tell me.
Just give it some thought. You don't have to answer today,
All right, I'm listening.
right?
Listening.
Okay. You
Tell
ready
me.
for it?
Tell me.
Okay. Stripper, but there's a cat.
There's a codicil. Okay,
Yes.
please go on.
We remove that chair, we put up a pole, and that's how you do the show.
On the pole.
On pole.
You want me to do Bourbon Soak Live on a pole?
It sounded better in my head.
Maybe it should have stayed in your head. Are you listening to the voices again, my love?
I might be.
I need to hit you harder, I think.
Yeah. All right.
So yes, do not miss next Monday night at 7 p.m. We'll be doing the Halloween episode. And speaking of, David, the producer and I are going to a Halloween party next week.
We are. Oh, you know what? And before I forget, I do have an announcement. Do you mind if I throw it up?
Oh, that's right. You do.
Coming up on my channel, David the producer, I have
Special guest
from Hall & Oates. I have John Oates on the show. That's going to be fun. Yeah.
And I'm getting in on that interview.
I love that John Oates is coming on the show.
Yeah.
He's got a new solo album coming out.
I'm excited to talk to him because he actually published his autobiography 2 or 3 years ago, which I read. So I've got a lot of stuff I personally want to talk to him about.
And I'm a huge Hall & Oates fan.
Well, God, who isn't? It's Hall & Oates. They're the best.
So looking forward to talking.
So yeah, that's coming up. We don't have a date for the interview yet, but when we do,
couple of weeks,
we will let y'all know. So we've had a ton of awesome people hanging out with us in the chat. So of course, got to call out first Bob's Adventure, who was here first. So cheers to you, sir. Ginger and Will, I love you both to death. Thank you. And of course, Container Man, you know I adore you. Who else? We had Mama Redneck.
Donner Pass.
Jimmy C.
Swami.
Wes is here. Lady Swan. Malted in Montreal. Rex Gunn.
Jimmy C. Did you get Jimmy C?
I don't know, but Jimmy C, thanks for being here.
Yeah, hopefully you got everyone. It was, it was fun.
Oh, and I know Kurt Robbins was here earlier. So, yes. Y'all, I really appreciate it. Thanks for joining us. It's been a blast. Hope y'all have a great week. Make sure you are back here next Monday night at 7 p.m. for Halloween. Until then, cheers, y'all. You're still here? It's over. Go home.